Why don't you come with me? Just tell me you're sorry, 'cause I am the one.
My comfort zone when I'm writing is sitting in front of a piano or strumming a guitar or being in the studio with Cubasis and having a whole heap of instruments to play with. But today I want to set myself the challenge of doing things a little differently. The weather is amazing out there in Sydney, and I'm actually going to get out of the house and go and sit in the wide open spaces and write some music looking around me. I've got Cubasis here on my iPad, and I've been meaning to take some time and actually write a song with it for ages. Now Cubasis, I guess the general idea is you can pull it out and you can just start the creative process instantly, no matter where you are. Now I've got a few things that I'm going to take with me today. I've got a keyboard, I've got the UR Recording Pack, and I've just got some batteries and the leads and accessories that I need to get out there, wherever I end up in Sydney, and start creating or come up with a musical idea. I guess I can mix and match different pieces of this kit depending on where I end up. I'm not setting myself the goal of writing and completing a song today. I just want to come up with some musical ideas that I can use or throw away. It doesn't even matter. I'm just going to take the time to write. Let's go and give it a go. Now, the first thing you should always do before you start the writing process is draw on some form of inspiration. And I'm doing that in the form of coffee. So I've got my iPad here and I'm starting to map out some lyrics. And of course, Dion, the bloke who owns the coffee shop, is on hand to give me some expert advice. I ran Dion through my idea of being creative and coming up with a musical idea, and I pulled out Cubasis and gave him a look. And it wasn't too long before he ditched the coffee machine and he'd pretty much taken over and was creating his very own tune. I couldn't get him to sing into a spoon though. Everyone wanted to get involved in the creative process. Well, nearly everyone. And I didn't leave empty-handed. I came up with a drum groove and just a quick chord progression, which was a great start to get me on my way. Next up, time to hit the beach. That's Clovelly Beach over there. One of the famous Sydney beaches. Definitely one of the best places to be able to pull out an iPad and Cubasis and put down some ideas. The sun is shining, I've pulled out the big guns, I've got the Yamaha Reface CP wirelessly connected, and it's time to further develop this idea.
I know where we going, I don't know it is a real thing, so baby let's roll, we got tonight.
I'm also developing my vocal hook, out loud of course. Pretty awesome day to be writing music out and about in Sydney. It's a bit windy, but it's good enough to come up with some good ideas. I found a nice quiet spot out of the wind, and I'm pulling out the Steinberg UR22mkII Recording Pack. Now I've got a battery pack here which powers the hardware, the Steinberg UR22mkII. I'm connecting a USB lead to the back, plugging my guitar in, plugging my headphones in, making sure I've set the power to come from my battery power pack, and now it's a matter of finding the hardware inside Cubasis, selecting the channel, and picking up the guitar and figuring out what I'm going to play. Sydney folk are so nice. They're always around to give you a hand. My creative idea is really starting to take shape. I've got a verse, I've got a chorus, I've got some drums, I think I've got the chords, I've got a hook, got some guitar down. Now it's time to go back to the beach and just sit in the car, soak up the atmosphere and do some editing. And of course the best thing about Cubasis is everything goes with you. So I've got a channel strip if I want to EQ the vocals or the guitars. I can mix on the fly as I can edit. Hands down, the best thing about Cubasis, though, is being able to just go to all your favourite spots and write music. I can't even begin to explain how much happier I am writing music outside in the sun. It's so much better than a dark, dingy studio, and I love my dark, dingy studio. Unfortunately, at some point, the sunshine has to end and it's time to go home and put these vocal ideas down. Hey.
Why don't you come with me? Just tell me you're sorry, 'cause I am the one. I don't see there is a problem unless we create one, and maybe we're done.
I'm doubling, layering, and taking full advantage of the inbuilt effects inside of Cubasis. I've got a chorus, delay, reverb, channel strips, compression, distortion, it's all going on. Now, one of the most amazing things about today was not only the ability to spend the time outside in the sunshine, it was more the ability to do that and take my creativity with me. I've had a great day, and what's even better is now I get to share this idea with other people, or I can load it up inside a Cubase where I can continue to shape the idea. I can do things like pitch the vocals, mix it, master it, and of course, continue the creativity. Thanks for taking the time to come with me on a creative hang around Sydney. It's been great showing you some of my favourite places. Please take the time, stop by, subscribe to the channel, leave us comments. Tell us how you are being creative with Cubasis, and more importantly, tell us where you're being creative with Cubasis. I have really enjoyed making this video. I'll catch you soon.
I don't know the reasons, 'cause I don't ask why. I don't know what is the real thing, so baby